What's up, family? Man, I want to have a heart-to-heart with you guys this morning. Man, surrendering. Surrendering. That's such a hard word. You know what I mean? Man, we have such a hard time just even grasping the concept of what it really means to surrender. If you're like me and you grew up with toxic childhood, you know what I mean, where you had daddy issues, you had mama issues, you know what I mean, man, it made it hard to learn how to surrender. You know what I mean? Because daddy wasn't there, or daddy was abusive, or daddy was whatever he was, you know what I mean? Drunk or whatever. Our mom was that way. Man, it makes it hard for us to learn how to surrender. And then we grew up and we get authority issues, especially me. I'm just gonna speak on my behalf. You know what I mean? Man, I had major authority issues. You couldn't tell me shit. You know what I mean? Just real talk. You couldn't tell me anything. Why? Because man, my daddy was gone, my mama was gone, you know what I mean? My aunt who's raised me was verbally and physically abusive, and just, man, you just couldn't tell me shit. You couldn't tell me shit. You know what I mean? Man, I've heard all of that stuff. You know what I mean? I'm going to hell. God don't love me, blah. Man, I'm going to hell anyways. You know what I mean? So fuck the world. That was my mentality. Fuck the world. Nobody gives a fuck about me. And since nobody gives a fuck about me, fuck do I care for? Why should I care about me when my daddy don't even give a fuck? My family don't even give a fuck. You know what I mean? Man, obviously God don't give a fuck, because if God gave a damn about me, he wouldn't allow me to get molested twice in church, and at home. If God gave a damn about me, he wouldn't allow my daddy to murder my mama. He wouldn't put me in this toxic, fucked up ass family. So obviously God don't give a fuck. Why am I gonna pray to him? Fuck God. You know what I mean? That was my mentality. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. And so many of us, we get in relationships and somebody abuses us too. They dog us out. And it's like, damn, I can't even trust these motherfuckers. And then we fall in love again and we get dogged the fuck out again. We get our heart broke again. We get our spirit crushed again. And we're like, fuck, what the fuck is wrong with me? You know what I mean? And we're just like, man, fuck my life. You know what I mean? Fuck my life. And what God has me here telling you is, man, it's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing. All that we're supposed to be learning, well, not all, but there's a lot that we're supposed to be learning. But one of the major things that we're supposed to be learning through all of this is the process of surrendering. You know what I mean? And that makes it so hard to surrender when every time you surrender to somebody, they fucked you over. You know what I mean? And so many women can't surrender to their man, and so many men can't surrender to their women because they've been fucked over in the past, and they got this shell on, and they got this self-defense mechanism going where, man, I'm protecting myself, I'm guarded, man, I'm not letting nobody get close to my heart, and I love you from right here, and this is the closest you could get to me. Man, my money is my money, your money is your money. We're gonna keep our shit separate that way, and I'm not gonna let you know everything I got. That way shit go foul, shit go bad. Man, you don't take me to the fucking cross. You know what I mean? You don't fucking financially rape me. You know what I mean? And I ain't got to completely start over. Because we have a problem with learning how to surrender. And it's a trip because it's a self-defense mechanism. It's because we've been hurt. We've been dogged the hell out. And we haven't healed from that. We haven't healed from it. We've gotten past it in the aspect of, I've moved on, I'm going to give somebody else another chance. But I'm really not going to give them a real honest chance. I'm not going to be completely vulnerable to them. I'm not going to be completely open and transparent with them. So you're really not giving them a chance. You're not. You're fucked from the gate. Because you're only given so much. And because they've been hurt and they haven't healed, they want to trust you. They're trying to trust you, but they're guarded too because they've been hurt. And they're only going to give so much. And so instead of both of you giving 100%, you're giving 75%, the other person's giving 60%, maybe 50%. Maybe 40. Because both of you have been hurt. And you think you're giving 100%, but you really aren't. Because you're giving more than them, you automatically assume, man, I'm giving everything and I'm giving da-da-da. But the truth is you went into the relationship tainted. You went into the relationship fucked up. You went into the relationship guarded and protecting yourself. And I know a lot of motherfuckers say, that's why this is what you're supposed to do. To each their own. Do you? But maybe that's why you're miserable. Maybe that's why you can't find somebody. Maybe that's why you can't keep somebody. Because you're so damn woke, you're so damn smart, and man, I'm smart and I'm protecting my assets and da-da-da-da. Okay, do you? But is it working for you? You protecting all your assets and you ain't got nobody to share them with. How the fuck is that working out for you? Because you won't learn to surrender. And not just surrender to somebody else so they can manipulate you and use you and dog you out. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about learn to surrender to the pain. Surrender to the pain in the aspect of, okay, this shit crushed me. This shit fucked me up. This motherfucker put me on a whole nother level of pain and suffering. They got me. And instead of being mad at them for getting you, can you sit there and process the pain and suffering? Not in the aspect of, oh, I'm never trusting another motherfucker again, and fuck these bitches, they ain't shit, and da-da-da-da, bunch of fucking gold diggers and that. We have all this stupid shit that we say out of our pain. Can you process the pain in the aspect of, okay, what is this supposed to teach me? What am I supposed to learn from this? What I'm not supposed to learn is become so fucking guarded and untrusting of motherfuckers. That's not what I'm supposed to. That's a natural defense mechanism. And I know a lot of motherfuckers go, well, that's what you're supposed to do so nobody can take advantage of you and do da-da-da-da-da. Okay, you stay single and stay lonely and stay frustrated with all the shit you got. It's a whole lot of motherfuckers that get prenups, that got millions and billions and get prenups and still get divorced. Can you process the pain? See, most of us don't want to surrender to that pain. We want to escape it as fast as possible. We want to move beyond it as fast as possible. We want to quote unquote heal as fast as possible. And because we suppress the pain, and because we get distracted with other stuff, we think we healed. Because we're no longer fixated or focused on the pain. And so we assume, because I'm not thinking about it anymore, because it's not making me cry anymore, that I'm healed. And all you did was suppress it. All you did was shift your attention to focus on something else, and you become distracted. But the pain is still there. The trauma is still there. And as soon as the next person says something or do something, it's going to trigger the pain. There's only one way to heal the pain. You have to surrender to it. You have to surrender to it. You have to surrender to the process of growth and development. You have to truly sit there in whatever situation you're in. All right. This one took me. This one almost took me out. Man. And I'm speaking from experience. You know what I mean? A lot of experience, because I was fucking hard-headed. Because I refused to surrender. Because I refused to surrender. Because I thought I was so fucking smart. We have to grow up. You're going to keep going through the same stuff. You are. I'm not speaking on that on your life. I'm not manifesting that over your life. I'm just telling you it is what it is. And it's going to be what it's going to be until you change it. And the only way to change it is by surrendering to the moment, to the pain. All right. Let me truly sit here in this uncomfortable position in this uncomfortable situation. Let me sit here in my tears, in my brokenness, in my frustration, in my suicidal thoughts, my anger, everything. Let me sit here and process this. Why does this hurt me so bad? Why is this fucking me up so much? What am I supposed to learn from this? What is this triggering in me subconsciously? Oh, shit. They fucked me up. And it's making me feel like I ain't shit. My mama used to make me feel like I ain't shit. Damn. My daddy used to make me feel like I ain't shit. Damn. My grandma and grandpa and them used to make me feel like I wasn't shit. Damn. My cousins and siblings used to make me feel like I wasn't shit. Damn. The kids at school in elementary or first grade or high school used to make me feel like I wasn't shit. So we have to walk back down the rabbit trail to understand where the pain is really coming from. This person's caused you pain, but the pain was already there. They just triggered it. They just set the volcano off. They just made the volcano erupt. They were just the straw that broke the camel's back. You couldn't take it anymore. And so you had a nervous breakdown. You lost it. And it wasn't really them that made you lose it. We think it was them. We blame them. When in reality, it's been all the stuff that you've been carrying. This was just the final straw. This was the thing that just took it over the edge. But you've been carrying so much of that pain and trauma unconsciously. We have to learn to surrender. And that's hard. It's hard. When we look at politicians, like, these motherfuckers are corrupt. You can't even trust the fucking politicians. You know what I mean? We look at the preachers and the teachers and big televangelists. It's like, damn, these motherfuckers supposed to be the man of God, the woman of God, and they're a fucking hoe. This motherfucker's supposed to be the man of God, and he's a fucking crackhead. You know what I mean? This motherfucker's supposed to be the mayor of his fucking city, and he's fucking snorting and smoking crack and doing all this other shit. You know what I mean? And so we look at all these people, and we're like, damn. They're supposed to be a teacher, and they're molesting the little kids. They're supposed to be a teacher, and they're sleeping with the little girls and the little boys in school. And so we lose trust in people. And the trick is, that's to keep us from surrendering. Keep us from surrendering. To keep us from trusting other people. To keep us from trusting God. And so a lot of people say, man, I trust God, you know, and they really don't. It's lip service. Because if they really trusted God, they would sit there and process their shit. They would sit there instead of, man, thank you, Jesus. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with thanking God and thanking Jesus or whatever it is that you do. But you have to process it. You have to sit there in the process and understand the process. Understand, man, this is why I'm going through what I'm going through. You have to humble yourself and get in alignment with the flow. And surrender control of the flow. Surrender control of the process. This is why so many of us are control freaks. We got to control the money. We got to control where we go. We got to control what we do, control who you talk to, and all this other shit. Because we have issues we haven't resolved. We have issues we haven't resolved. Because we haven't learned how to get in the flow. The universal flow. The natural flow of life. The flow of love. The flow of God. And so we become overbearing, we become dictatorial, we become all these things. We become doormats. And we say, man, I'm just a humble servant of God, and people just walk all over me and because you haven't gotten in the flow. You haven't. You let people use you and abuse you, dog you out because you haven't gotten in the flow. That's not surrendering. That's surrendering to a person. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about surrendering to God. Surrendering to the universe. Getting in alignment with God. You're not in alignment with God when you're allowing people to walk all over you. You're not in alignment with God and the universal flow of life by letting people mistreat you. That's a fake humility. That's like the fake religious people and the fake righteousness and the fake spirituality that we carry. And this fake woke mentality of being enlightened. We have to grow up. Why are you afraid to surrender to Source? Why are you afraid to surrender to God? So most of the times when we have to surrender to God, to Source, the universe, we give up control. We have this fear of the unknown and the what ifs. What if this goes bad? What if this happened again? What if this happened? What if this happens? What if this don't happen? The fear of the unknown. The what ifs. The what ifs. What if you surrender and you're blown away? What if you surrender and you meet the love of your life? What if you surrender and God blows you away with opportunities that you would have never gotten because of your fear? Because you was afraid to take that trust or that step in faith. You were afraid to surrender to the possibilities. And so you chose to stay comfortable. You chose to stay with your familiarity, what you know. And now you're regretting it. Now you're miserable. Because you see what you lost out on. You see your opportunities pass you by. Because you didn't move when you were supposed to move. Because you didn't do what you were supposed to do. Surrendering. It's a hard process. It's a breaking process. It's going to break you down. It's going to humble you. But it's also going to give you peace and that joy that passes all understanding. Because you're in alignment with God. And then everything is always working out for you. Because you're in the flow. The universal flow. The natural flow of how things are supposed to be. Man, I love you guys. Namaste. The God in me sees, recognizes, acknowledges, and cherishes the God in each and every one of you. Thank you for being with me on this tribe, being a part of this tribe. Man, happy healing, family. Peace.